Hello again, everybody. Zagatech is here with this very special late night and Friday edition of the Atakline on this day, Friday, July the 12th, 2015. I rarely make Friday attack lines, but I got some things I want to say before the weekend officially comes. But I don't want to wait till Monday, so I'll make a special Friday night edition, let alone a late night edition, very late. But I have been out all day doing things. No one had a gig today. I had a gig yesterday, but I'll get to that in just a few seconds. I had some things to do. I had some family things to take care of, so that's why I'm making this very special late night edition. Let's kick off with a gig. DJ Second Tech gig yesterday. I had a gig yesterday. Outdoor movie night. First outdoor movie night in 2 weeks. Because the last one I was supposed to be on June 28th got rained out. June 27th got rained out. So this one we did last night wasn't rained out. And it wasn't as big because the last one we did was Community Center on June 20th. And this one we did last night was at Washington Township Park, where the gazebo is. By Washington Township Park, by the senior center where I do my special needs dances, which is next week, by the way. So I did it, and it wasn't as many people. Like Community Center, the first one we did, I'd say there was about 150 people. I think there was about 100 people at this one. Decent crowd. Okay crowd. And they dance a little, all the dance stuff. We'll cha-cha slide, Cupid Shuffle, kind of Joe. Like that line work. And then we did Hokey Pokey Chicken Dance later. And people enjoyed the show. All the Parks My people enjoyed it. All the parents enjoyed it because they were bouncing along with their kids. People were flashing cameras with their kids dancing like they always do at my shows. When the kids start dancing to my music, all the parents have the cameras out. It's a good show when the parents are loving taking pictures of the kids having a good time to me in my music, having a good time at this event. And it was the last movie night for a while because for the next 3 weeks they're doing concerts. So there won't be another movie night till August 8th. So I'm off till August when it comes to movie nights. Bound that off DJing. I get a gig tomorrow. A grad party for my aunt's friend's daughter. Her name is Samantha. So can't wait for that tomorrow. Now, on with the MITB news now. As you see, I'm wearing a Lady Gaga t-shirt. We're wearing this in honor of finally, after a year of teasing, Lady Gaga finally announced details for a long-awaited new album, ARTPOP. She's been teasing ARTPOP for a year, promising the album and an app to go along with it. Despite all of her hardship recently, especially her most recent hip surgery, canceling the rest of the Born This Way ball, Gaga did find enough time to finish the album. Today, on a big photo on Facebook, with a little mask, typical Lady Gaga wear, not as goofy as this, but still, maybe as goofy. Gaga announced details for the album. Will be released on November 11th, while the first yet-to-be-announced single will be coming out August 19th. And pre-orders for the album, and also the app pre-orders will be September 1st. And the app will be released on the day of release, November 11th. The app with a lot of things. He announced details of what the app and the album is like with a statement that was released on Lady Gaga's Facebook page with that weird photo of that weird mask she wore. That when it comes to the app, built by Tech House, of course, part of the House of Gaga, the technological branch of House of Gaga, like I just said that, the app itself is a musical and visual engineering system that combines music, art, fashion, and technology with a new interactive worldwide community, the Auras. Altering the human experience with social media, we bring art culture into pop in a reverse Warholian expedition and the Warhol influence. Exploring Gaga's existence as a cultural interface, the usual will share in the adrenaline of fame as they build and share their own projects, chat with one another, and watch in real time on the virtual globe as ARTPOP explodes under the physical and virtual universe at once on November 11th, our Big Bang, as they call it. On this day, House of Gaga ventures with Forte to bring the music industry into a new age, an age where art drives pop, and the artist again is in control of the icon. Into the album, ARTPOP musically mirrors Gaga's creative process as she passes through the mediums of each artist she collaborates with, scoring a blueprint of her journey. The result? A range of electronic passion and theory, define each artistic process from beginning to end, ARTPOP could mean anything, but for her, this is a celebration of obsession. And on November 10th, she holds a art wave exhibiting how the GaGa's projects, as well as collabs with Inez Venucci, Robin Wilson, Martina Oppenheimer, and Jeff Koons. Now, I loved her last album, Born This Way. And I defended Born This Way because a lot of people were like, I wanted a Fame too. I wanted a Fame Monster too. They wanted like a repeat, a rehash of the first two projects. And I kept defending it because I was like, GaGa was making an artistic growth, which she was. It was a very mature album. But looking back on it, I love Born This Way, and I still do. It wasn't as commercial of an album as it should have been. There wasn't as many catchy pop songs, which ARTPOP is basically saying there would be a lot more catchy pop dance songs, especially evidenced by a song she did when before the tour Born This Way ball got canceled, Princess died. So well, there's no one on whether that will be on the album or not, but assuming it may be. But we don't know much about the album besides those little details. Like I think she just worked with Zed, but that's the only known collaborator besides also Dog Aldridge, current guitarist for Whitesnake, doing a guitar part since GaGa likes to add some rock influence to her stuff. Since on the last album, Born This Way, on You and I, the guitar solo was done by Brian May from Queen. So we'll see what kind of album GaGa's going to. And I'm looking very forward to hearing some new GaGa. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of hers. I'm a Madonna fan too, as you know. But I love both equally. So can't wait to hear some new GaGa. Very excited to hear what she's been working on. Of course, the first hint of it will be August the 19th. The album comes out November 11th. So can't wait to finally hear, like I said, some new GaGa with ARTPOP, the album, and the app, both coming out November 11th. Pre-orders September 1st on iTunes and all other outlets. Now, while GaGa prepares for her album release, I got an update about a single I mentioned on yesterday's Atakline. Now, yesterday's Atakline, I said that Justin Timberlake teased what is official, the first single from the 2020 Experience Part 2, called Take Back the Night. Now, he released a teaser video yesterday, tracking all the releases of all the things of the 2020 Experience, including the release of Take Back the Night. The release date was blurred, while we saw a sample of it. Where the release date of Take Back the Night is today. He released the full song today, following that sample. And I like it. It's his best new song of both 2020 Experience albums. I was told to grow on Suit and Tie. I hate mirrors because I'm a DJ. I like dancing songs. I don't like mirrors that much. And Television came out as a video, but not as officially a third single. But the song Take Back the Night for 2020 Experience Part 2, which is officially coming out on September 30th, as JT confirmed. It's probably his catchiest song from his new ventures. It's like a techno-y, disco-y type song, kind of like an old Michael Jackson 70s song from Off the Wall. This is the JT song I've been waiting on. It's catchy as heck. I love it. And I hope I get a lot of requests for it. More than any of his other songs. Because I get requests for Suit and Tie, sometimes in Mirrors. But this is the best song I've heard from him, from his recent projects. And like I said, not only did he release the single today for Take Back the Night, release it full length. Like I said, he announced the new album release date, which is officially, like I said, September 30th. There was 10 songs on 2020 Experience 1, plus bonus track to Target. And this one will also feature 10 bonus tracks. 10 tracks. And also a bonus from JT as well, like a little bonus according to JT's press release. So there you go. JT, new album September 30th. New song out now. I'm guessing he'll be on iTunes over the weekend or on Tuesday. So there you go. Take Back the Night 2020 Experience 2. Now, wrestling news. Now, before I give you my thoughts on what I did see of Impact last night, because I said in my Atakline I was going to miss the first hour or so, or in cases I missed the first half hour. So I'll give you the results from the first half hour, plus my thoughts on what I did see for the last hour and a half. Now, before I get to that, I got some updates on this Sunday's Money in the Bank card. It got changed a little bit. Now, as we saw on Monday, the debut of the Wyatt family attacking Kane in that great debut. And I got some comments. I did say that I didn't realize that was Husky Harris until the fans said it. You know what I mean? I hope they don't ruin it. I hope the smart fans chanting Husky Harris, don't demote us, push. Like Tenzai, look what happened to him. After people started chanting, Albert, look what happened to Tenzai. He's now in tons of funk. So hopefully they don't do the same with Bray Wyatt. But Bray Wyatt could get a big push, especially if he does get inserted into Money in the Bank ladder match. Because like I said, Kane got attacked by the Wyatt family during the debut, getting nailed in the head with a steel steps. And I think I said something about, is Kane going to make it to Money in the Bank, to the ladder match? He is scheduled to be in the ladder match. Well, he was scheduled to be in the All-Stars ladder match. Now, he is out of the Money in the Bank ladder match for the WWE Championship. And there's no word on who his replacement may be. There is rumors that it will be Bray Wyatt taking Kane's spot. So, they're probably going to have it revealed on the pay-per-view Sunday. So, we'll see who will replace Kane in the WWE Championship Money in the Bank match. So, there you go. Now, on with TNA Impact results. Now, I missed the first half hour, like I said. So, I'll give you results from the half hour that I missed. Then I'll give you my thoughts on what I did see. So we had the big main event stuff. We had a lot of things going on. We had the Joker's Wild Tag Team Tournament, where all of the Battle for Glory series competitors would be drawn into random teams. And the winners of those matches, there'll be 3 matches in all, involving 4 men, because there's 12 competitors in the series. And the 3 winning teams of 2 will advance to the gauntlet at the end of the night to get 25 points. I missed the first Joker's Wild Tag match. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe beating Jeff Hardy and Joseph Park. Because Jeff Hardy and Joseph Park had that match last week, so I'm not surprised they didn't get along, from what I've read. So I missed that match, but I did see up to the second Joker's Wild Tag match, which was the match between Magnus and his reluctant tag partner, Ace and Ace, Mr. Anderson, teaming up with a main event Mafia member, which is Magnus, teaming up against Jay Bradley and Hernandez. Now, I got in midway towards the match as Mr. Anderson was like not wanting to tag in, basically leaving Magnus to the Wolves. You know what I mean? Ace and Ace, main event Mafia rivalry. And it was an okay tag match from what I saw of it. Despite being basically not having support from his reluctant tag partner, Magnus did get the victory for the team, as he would dominate with some moves, as he would get in as well as Mr. Anderson. So those are the first 2 teams that got in, Anderson and Magnus, and also AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Now, we had the other team. Now, we had 4 guys left to be drawn. Kaz, Daniels, Rude, and Aries. 2 tag teams where they had separated. It was Kaz and Rude teaming up against Daniels and Aries. Reluctant tag partners for both teams, as you can tell. And like Kaz and Daniels didn't really fight each other. Every time Kaz and Daniels were in the ring together, they tagged one or the other tagged out, so Kaz and Daniels wanted to fight each other. Well, it then came down to those 2 when it came to the pinning predicament. And I think Wood and Aries did fight each other. I thought they were going to fight each other, then tag in Kaz and Daniels to fight each other. But it didn't happen. It was an okay tag match as well. And, Kaz and Daniels, midway towards the end of the match, they kind of ran into each other inadvertently, hit each other. And then Kaz inadvertently got pushed into the pin on Daniels, which led to Kaz and Rude being the team that advanced. Despite losing, of course, Daniels and Kaz are still tight. Team Bad Influence. They stick together. So, they're not going to let this little thing bug them. So, there you go. Now, Knockouts ladder match to determine the number one contender for the Knockouts Championship. It was Gail Kim against Aaron Terrell. Wow. I said a long time, I keep repeating myself, that Knockouts are better than Divas. This fucking proves it. You don't see a fucking ladder match in WWE involving Knockouts? Divas? No way. It was a very intense match. Very good for a Knockouts match. It was awesome. I heard very good things about the last Knockout Standing match. And they kind of lived up to the intensity of that match. In this ladder match, Gail Kim and Taryn really gave it all they got. And there were some great spots in this match. Like I said, very good spots with Mickey James watching. There were some moves off the top of the ladder. I think they used the ladder as a weapon. I wish they brought on the table. I heard like we want table chants, but still. I like the ending though. The ending was kind of cool. The way that Gail won the match, she tied Taryn's hair to the rope. But as Taryn was finally untangling herself and trying to climb the ladder, Garrett already grabbed the contract. After Taryn, I think Taryn hurt her knee as well because Gail Kim in another spot. Gail Kim did the figure four again on Taryn. Taryn was the first one who got the figure four on the ring post by Gail. But this time, Gail did the figure four on the ladder. So that was a decent spot. And like I said, the ending came with Gail tying Taryn's hair to the rope and Gail Kim the contract. So that means Gail Kim will be taking on Mickie James for the Knockouts Championship somewhere, sometime down the line. So your new number contender for the Knockouts Championship in a great fight, Gail Kim. And Taryn Terrell had a great effort too. I thought Taryn was going to win, face against heel, but it's going to be heel against heel with Gail against Mickie. But great effort by both women. It was a great knockouts match. Proves my point once and for all that knockouts are better than divas. Because you don't see a divas ladder match these days. I think you've seen like diva street fights, but you don't see that shit anymore. You know, EVPG, so there you go. Now, on with the Joker's Wild Gauntlet Battle Royal, involving, of course, Joe and AJ, Magnus and Anderson, and Taz and Bobby Roode. AJ and I think AJ started it. I know AJ started it along with, I think it was Roode who were the first two. And then it came down to the final two, which was Roode and Magnus, after everybody got eliminated. Even Joe eliminated himself and Anderson at one point. It was an okay, decent battle royal. And it was a decent back and forth fight between Roode and Magnus with the last two. Roode did get the crossface on Magnus at one point during the match. But Magnus came flying back, pinning Bobby Roode 1, 2, 3. Magnus, who was already the leader of the Battle for Glory series with 25 points. Now he gets 25 more points as being the winner of this gauntlet. So that means Magnus has a huge commanding lead of 50 points right now in the BFG series. I forgot the rest of the leaderboard. I know Joe's like in second place or something, and I don't know the scoreboard right now. So there you go. Now, on our last segment of last night's Impact, which was Hulk Hogan asking Chris Sabin to surrender the X Division Championship so Chris Sabin can do like Austin Aries did last year. Surrender the X Division Championship for a shot against the World Champion, which would take place next week at the free Destination X Impact from Louisville, Kentucky. Now, Sabin was about to surrender the belt, because it was like saying, I never quit. I've had 2 knee injuries. And I had to get injuries on both my knees, 2 ACL injuries, 2 surgeries on them, and I still never quit despite everyone telling me not to continue. But as Sabin was about to surrender the title to get the shot at being the main man, here comes Bully Ray, the TNA World Champion, along with his Ace and Eights brethren. So he's like, Sabin, do you know who I am? I am a bad person. I do bad things. Don't swear the title. Because if you do, you're going down, basically. Because you have to face me and my boys in Ace and Eights. And Chris Sabin did make some great points during his promo that he did pin Bully Ray when Team 3D retired a couple years back. So Sabin does have a good chance. If Aries can be champion, I think Chris Sabin would be a great champion. But I do agree that I think, despite my hopes for Chris Sabin to win, Ace and Eights will interfere. But that is if Main Event Mafia doesn't get involved, which they are. If Main Event Mafia came out at that point, with Magnus being the winner of that gauntlet, announcing their 5th member. Now, I thought that Main Event Mafia was going to come out, which they did. And I thought they were going to say the 5th member was Chris Sabin. I was kind of stunned and surprised by the 5th member of Main Event Mafia. And it's a new guy who hasn't joined. Because you had 3 originals, Joe, Angle, and Sting. And then Magnus, who's a new guy who never been in the Main Event Mafia. In its original one. Now we have another newbie who hasn't made the original Main Event Mafia. Matter of fact, he wasn't even in TNA when the Main Event Mafia was first around. Of course, I'm referring to Rampage Jackson, the heavy hitter. Wow. Rampage is in the main event Mafia. That's kind of a surprising pick because Rampage hasn't wrestled yet in TNA. He made his debut having that face-off with Angle, but then he saved Angle during a match the next week. So I kind of hinted that there could be a relationship involving Rampage and Angle. And I thought they'd be feuding. I thought there'd be a great match at the Battle of Glory, Angle and Rampage. I thought that'd be Rampage's first feud in TNA. But now Rampage is with Kurt Angle in the main event Mafia. So we'll see how Rampage does as a member of the main event Mafia. Of course, we'll see if the main event Mafia will be an influence in the outcome of the TNA World Title match between Chris Sabin, who did swing the title, so that means he will be facing Bully Ray next week for the World Title. And I bet you they'll probably announce something with the X Division title now that Sabin forfeited the title. Maybe they'll do some sort of tournament next week. Since it is Destination X, they're probably going to have some sort of tournament to involve the X Division Championship, and it might be Ultra X as well. That's what I think. They're going to have a tournament, and the winners of the matches in that tournament will go on to the final match, which would be an Ultra X match to determine the new undisputed champion of the X Division. That's my prediction of what they should do for next week's Impact. So there you go. That's my thoughts on last night's Impact for what I saw of it for the first half hour I missed. And like I said, my thoughts on the hour and a half that I did see. So there you go. That is it for my very special Friday late night edition of the Atakline. I'll see you all later. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the news and review of Impact of what I saw by the Attack. Thank you all very much. Have a great weekend, and thank you all very much for watching, if anybody is. See you all later. Yeah.